Hello, make sure you like and subscribe. So I'm going to just go through what you need to do for task 7, and then towards the end of the video I will also explain what you need to do to task 8 successfully as well. So you've probably all used, or your someone at home has used online shopping, but you probably wonder, how does it all work in the background when you order stuff, when you type in what you want and then it tells you you've ordered these things. So we're going to have a little look at that today, using similar things to what we did in the earlier tasks. So using text window and variables, input variables. So what input variables are, basically allows the person using the computer to type something in, and it will save that information and then relay it back to you, like read it out to you. So we're going to have a look at that in terms of a shopping list. So with task 7, you're going to create a shopping list program that will ask the user for their name, and then it reads out their name to them depending on what name they've typed, and then it will ask for, just for task 7, 2 items of grocery that they want to buy online. So they type 2 things like food or whatever, and then once they've typed those 2 things in, it will relay back what they've typed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. So on a blank screen, the first line of code, like we've always done, we put the comment where we're going to just make a note on our title with the task, etc. So put the apostrophe symbol, task 7, name and class, where you put your name and class in. Close that, and then on the next line we're going to decide upon the color of the background for the text window. So I'm just going to leave it simple. I'm just going to leave it black. If you want to play around with the colors, you can. So text window dot background. Just make sure we check the spelling. Background color, and then equals, and then in speech marks we declare the color that we're after. Speech mark black, close the speech mark. Then we go on to the next line. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit more commenting, and the reason why we do that is programmers put a lot of comments in just so if someone else is looking at your code, they know exactly what's happening underneath it. So we're going to put a little comment just to let people know that whatever comes underneath is going to be the program part that asks the user for their name. So we're going to learn how to do that as well. So this comment, this part below, asks for the name. Okay, so close that speech mark, apostrophe, not speech mark. And then we go ahead and we're going to do the commands where it will ask the user a question: what is your full name? And then we're going to create a variable where when we press run, it would actually allow the person to type in a name, press enter, and then it will read the name out again. So to do that, you need a text window write line. So text window dot write line. So this, again, check your spelling. I've quite easily made a mistake there with the spelling. Text window dot write line, and in round brackets with speech marks, we're going to write a line that asks a question: enter your full name, question mark, like that. And then underneath, we're going to put another line of code which will declare the variable. So the variable that will store the name of when the person types it in, we're going to call it name, and we're going to put equals, and then we're going to write this code. This is not something you've done already. Text window dot read, and just put 2 brackets like that. And this command, text window read, as you can see, it tells you there in the information, reads a line of text. So what that basically is trying to say is, when you ask the question, enter your full name, and the person types their name, it will read out what the person's typed and saves it, and then relays it back on the screen. So we're going to do that bit where it relays the name that has been typed. Remember, variables change. So someone could write first time they're using this program, the name is Bob, and then in the second time they might write John. So that variable can change and depending on what names are typed. So we're going to do this line of code. This line 6 is the bit of code that basically will read out the person's name that has been typed. So that is text window dot write line in caps with a round bracket and then speech mark. Your name is like that. And notice I put a little space there. And then you close the speech mark and then you put plus name. And the reason why we put that is because whatever the person's name that they've typed will link in with this sentence here. So if they're typing Bob, it will say your name is Bob. If they're typing John, it will say your name is John. So the variable can change. Remember, not everyone has the same name. People have different names. That's why we use variables, because that value can change. Now we're moving on to the next bit of code. So I've left a little, like a paragraph, just to keep it all separate. So we're going to put another comment there. We're going to just write the fact that this part below asks the user to enter the shopping list items. Okay, so what we're going to do now is the commands and the codes. That will be the bit that asks the person to enter the 2 items that they want to order online in terms of groceries. Okay, so we type that, and then underneath we put another text window write line, because we want the person to be able to obviously give them an indicator, give them some idea of what's happening at this stage of this shopping list program. So we're going to write text window dot write line, put a speech round bracket, then a speech mark, and then we're just going to write a sentence, a sentence to say enter the items in your shopping list to order them online. So whoever's using this program will know now, once we've typed the name, we're going to go ahead and allow, they're going to be able to type in what groceries they want to order. Okay, so then we're going to do another text window. But this time we're only going to use write, not write line. Write's a text. Okay, so because we're only writing, remember when you order groceries, you're going to use small sort of words. So that's why we're not using line, we're just using text window dot write. And we're going to put a bracket, item 1. So each item will have a separate name. Item 1, that. And then we have to declare that as a variable. Item 1 equals text window dot read. And then put your speech marks like that. So what we've done now is, so they type the name, press enter, and then it'll say your name is whatever, and then it goes on to this bit where it says enter the items in your shopping list. So then the person is allowed to type in the first grocery they want. So if they type in fruit, it will say, it will save that item under item 1, and then we go ahead and do another item, because with task 7 you need to do 2 items. So we do again text window dot write. Remember, we're using write, not write line for this bit, because it's a list. So we're using lists. With lists you use write, not write line. And then we go ahead and declare these, this one as item 2. That. I'll also put a little column there as well under this one. And then again, you could just copy that because it's similar. Copy and paste and change that to a 2 there. Okay, so that bit's done now for task 7, where we're allowing the person, whoever is using this program, to be able to enter 2 items of grocery that they want to order. And we're on the last stage, which is it will give them a confirmation of what they've ordered, what they've entered. Okay, so we put a comment there just to let ourselves know that whatever comes underneath this part below confirms what shopping they have entered. Because remember, when you order online, once you're in the stage of ordering it, once you've typed in what you want, you'll always get a confirmation, like a little basket that says these are the things that you have entered or ordered. So that's what we're doing in this case as well. So we've got that bit, and then now we go ahead and do the final stage, which is it relays what items they've typed using the variables item 1 and item 2. For this one, I'm going to want to change the color of the text. So I want to use green. However, if you want to use a different color, you can. Text window and then dot foreground color, COLOR, and equals speech mark green, close the speech mark, and then we're going to write another line of code, text window dot write line. So we're going to write a sentence that just says your online shopping order is the following. Okay, so text window dot write line, speech mark, sorry, bracket, then speech mark, your online shopping order, sorry, shopping list order is the following. Shopping list order is the following. I think that makes sense. But if you want to obviously change that sentence to make it sound a little bit different, you can. And then we're on the last bit now, where we're going to link these 2 bits. So remember, here on these lines 10, 11, 12, 13, the person will have entered something like fruit or chocolate. Now we're going to relay it back to them. So we need to use text window dot write line, round bracket, and then we link in the variable item 1 there. And then either type it or copy and paste the one above, just to make life a little bit easier. And then we just change that to item 2. So let's go ahead and test this to see how it works. So remember, the first lines 1 to 6 is where it asks the person for their name, and then it will read their name out to them. Second bit of code from line 8 to 13 is the bit where it allows the person to type in what groceries they want. In task 7, we're only doing 2 items. And then the final lines of code 15 to 19 is where it relays what they're ordering or what they've ordered. So let's go ahead and press play, run. So first line, as you can see, it says enter your full name. So I'm just going to make a name up. So John, I think I'm just, that's there, John Smith. Press enter. Your name is John Smith. So it's declared that, it's recorded my name in the variable name, and it's relayed it back. And we're on the second phase where I've got my sentence, enter the items in your shopping list to order them online. So I want a banana, some bananas. Enter. And for my item number 2, I want some Walker's cheese and onion crisps. I'm going to type that in, capital letters, and onion crisps. I press enter, and it goes on to the final stage with the green text. Your online shopping list order is the following: bananas, Walker's cheese, and onion crisps. So what it's done there is it's obviously recorded from the variables item 1, 2, and then relayed it back to me. Program has ended. So that's all you need to do for task 7. Remember, you need to screenshot this code, entire code. So you might have to zoom out a bit, and then make sure I can see the entire program. If you get any errors, you need to make sure you check your spelling, etc. Making sure you've put the spaces in the right places and using the right brackets, speech marks, etc. Task 8, all you're doing is you keep this, and remember you can save these codes. You've got a save option there if you want to save it. But again, I'm not sure what devices you're using. It'll save quite easily on a Windows machine, but again, I'm not sure how it would work in terms of saving things. But what you could do it in essence is, if you can't save this, copy all this code and paste it into like a document or something, and you can go back to it if you've not had enough time to finish it. But with task 8, task 8, it is task 8. Task 8, what you're doing is you're adding to the program. So you keep this, but you're adding, so it allows you to have a total of 8 items. So at the moment, it's only allowing us to do 2 items in the shopping list. And then for task 8, you add to the program. I'm going to let you consider where you would add it. Okay. Add to your shopping list more variables, etc. At the moment, remember, we've only got item 1 and 2. So you need it so that you have a total of 8 items where it can allow the person to order 8 items, and it gives them the list of what they've ordered. So that's what you do for task 8. Okay.